Huge Supreme Court victory for President Obama tonight. The High Court has ruled that his health care plan is constitutional. Hi, everybody. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Darren Kramer.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that the core requirement of Obamacare that forces Americans to buy health insurance is constitutional. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the majority decision. He says the key is it needs to be handled as a tax. The court ruled it is legal for the government to tax people who don't buy health coverage. This is a big victory for the White House. Mitt Romney is vowing that if elected, he will throw Obamacare out.
Whatever the politics, today's decision was a victory for people all over this country whose lives will be more secure because of this law and the Supreme Court's decision to uphold it.
What the court did not do on its last day in session, I will do on my first day if elected President of the United States. And that is, I will act to repeal Obamacare.
Well, there's no doubt the health care plan will be a major issue in the upcoming presidential election.
Well, just about all of Connecticut's political leadership is hailing today's decision. They all supported the law. They are all Democrats.
Governor Malloy's administration was the first in the nation to sign up for the Medicaid expansion in the law.
Now, Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis live with more reaction to this big decision. Mark?
Hi, Darren and Sonia. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Obamacare may have been born in Massachusetts as the sort of evolution of Governor Mitt Romney's health care plan for that state, but it was fully and lovingly embraced here in Connecticut. The High Court decision means that the overhaul of the nation's health care system, which has only partly begun, will move much faster over the next few years with major impact here in Connecticut.
It's great. It's great. I mean, it's a very important decision for the people of Connecticut. 500,000 people would have lost coverage if the Republicans had had their way.
But in reacting to the health care decision, Republicans across Connecticut are echoing the stance taken by presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
We're going to allow people to be put in a position where they either have to buy a product or pay a substantial tax. That kind of policy really changes the relationship between the federal government and the people, and I think we can do much better.
At the state capitol, advocates for the poor and the working poor could not contain their happiness.
This is everything I was hoping for. This is wonderful. Yes.
It means that federal money will flow to Connecticut to pay for a greatly expanded Medicaid system, an expansion Connecticut was first in the nation to embrace.
That means in Connecticut, about 150,000 low-income folks that don't have access to any health insurance that they can afford will now get basic health insurance.
And for those that work but cannot afford health insurance, it means they will get help buying it.
People who are making less than, say, $60,000 a year will be able to get coverage, and they'll get some help from the federal government to buy it.
And Connecticut women's health care advocates say it means those services will be secure.
This is really key for preventative health measures like contraceptive care, like mammograms for women and their families.
Now, a large portion of the president's health care plan was actually written and negotiated by Connecticut U.S. Senator Christopher Dodd, who now serves as president of the Motion Picture Arts Association. He is in London today, but he emailed us this reaction in response, saying, quote, "The most conservative court in decades has ruled that the Affordable Care Act is constitutional, validating the work of President Obama and the Congress. Once and for all, this should put to rest the attacks that have distracted the country from the important benefits the law offers the American people," close quote. I can assure you that that is just wishful thinking. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.